What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I have something real exciting for you guys. So I'm basically going to show you guys a process of just taking your ECU out and just trying to get like a safe tune or a reliable tune. I went with Boostdynamics. That's the tune I was originally running from the beginning since I started modifying my car. So I just managed to got the ECU shipped back to me because I took it out. It was roughly like a 6-day process, roughly. Took me 6 days, 3 days shipped it, 3 days shipped it back to me, and now we have the ECU right here pretty much. So I'm basically gonna open it and tell you guys what come with the kit, and then we're gonna go outside and install it real quick. So let's open it. Of course, it's the same ECU that the tuner is gonna ship back to you. Roughly just flash the files, change around some few stuff on the ECU. So he sent me this boost controller. It's a manual boost controller, so when you upgrade your KO4, you're also gonna need a manual boost controller. It's gonna be my first time running a boost controller on any car I ever built or install a KO4 turbo on. So we're gonna see how that process is gonna go. So you're gonna stay tuned for that process. And now we have the ECU, of course. Stage 3, everything is listed on the stickers pretty much. But we're gonna get into how much everything costs when we start installing the parts, and I'm gonna show you guys the steps basically. But all the mods are basically, some of the mods are listed on the front of the ECU, like the injector size, turbo size, and what stage tune you're basically running. And I have immobilizer deleted. Also included in the kit is a bunch of Boostdynamics stickers. I don't know if you guys could see them, but it's right here, a bunch of Boostdynamics stickers. Shout out to Trent, man, that guy is the best. So the car is outside, so let's put everything back inside the bag and let's go outside and install the part and get a first startup. Let's go, guys. So that was me just basically walking to my car. Yes, my car was in the parking lot and it had a cover on there. Later in the video, I will tell you guys, getting more in depth, why I had a cover on top. Yes, guys, so this is me finally got to the car and I'm taking the cover off. I had the car originally covered because I was somehow getting water to leak down in my fuse box, which is not good because my sunroof seal was shot and my windshield cowl was also shot. It had a few broken pieces on it, so the car was somehow leaking water inside. So I managed to, when I took the ECU out to ship it to my tuner, I managed to just leave the windshield cowl. I left it off because I went to the junkyard and I picked up a brand new one. So I just now saw the process taking the cover off. Real straightforward. It's super windy out here, by the way, so you guys probably gonna hear the wind noise passing by. First thing first, this is perfect, guys. You guys get to see the messed up part of this video. So since I got my car back from the paint shop, guys, my hood strut don't work anymore, so now I have to hold it with a vice grip. Ain't that so nice? So what we pretty much was talking about in the beginning of the video was just how to get your ECU tuned, what's the steps, what's the process, how long does it take. Well, if you're gonna get your car tuned, you gotta get all the required mods that the tune requires. For me now, I'm running a stage 3 tune. I had a stage 2 plus before. So after I upgraded to a bigger turbo, bigger injectors, fuel pump internals, downpipe, intake, I have so much modification on that car. You just want to make sure your car have all the required mods pretty much. So the car could take the power, upgraded ignition, coil packs, spark plugs. You want to make sure everything is intact before you tune your car. And in the video, I'm showing you guys right now the broken windshield cowl that we took out and we threw it to the side because we don't really need it. And of course, when you putting the ECU back in, everything is just temporarily being attached right now. It's still just, the bolts are not fully secured. They're just halfway tightened. So what you want to do is just that plastic piece. You just want to basically take the two nuts and bolts out of it, and you just technically slide it out the way. And once you move that black piece of plastic out the way, you should have a ton of room to just slide the ECU out. My first time doing the ECU job, I didn't take that little black plastic piece off at the front, and it made my life so much harder. I was fighting because it's such a tight area. So I would advise you guys to just take that off and just move it out the way. It'll make your life so much easier, guys. Said, guys, it's just basically two 10mm bolts holding it in. It comes out real easy. So we pretty much about to drop the ECU in at the moment. It's pretty straightforward. The ECU sits right in that area that I was showing you guys. The ECU basically have two connectors. You want to be real cautious and you want to be real gentle with those connectors, because if you are a little bit too aggressive, you will probably break the connectors like I did to mine. So just be real cautious on your end and just make sure you don't break anything, because you don't want to rewire a bunch of wires going to the computer of your car. That would be not good at all. So the connector I was basically touching right now, that one is the good side. You just slide that little piece of tab out, real straightforward, just slide it out and it clips right into place. The first time having to take your ECU out, it might not be as easy as my video, because the first time you're gonna have to drill rivets, and that's not fun. I'll tell you guys right now. But however, you just want to clip the connector in, pull it out, and you just want to just connect it to the computer of the car pretty much. And then you clip it right back into place, and you make sure it's snugged on there and it's not gonna come apart loosely. That's the broken side on my car. My second time actually taking my ECU out, that's how I was able to break that connector. But for you guys, just be real careful. It slides out real easy. If you're having a hard time getting it out, it might have been seized on there or something. Spray some lubricant spray and you'll be able to slide it out real easy. Clip the tab in just like you did to the first one and make sure it's snugged. And then you just double check, make sure it's tight and not coming off, and you should be good. Then you put the ECU right back in the rest position. You want to put it right where it sits. You don't want the ECU moving around or anything. We dropped the ECU in. Pretty straightforward job. Took me 10-15 minutes the most. We just gonna install all the parts that we took off in reverse order, and we're gonna go on a test drive. And they're both 10 mils, so you're gonna go ahead and zap them down. They don't have to be really tight. Just make sure it's... So if you guys want to know where I got this from, I literally picked it up from the junkyard, and it was literally only like $20. Look at the setup though. Look at the lineups. Oh my god, too much fire whips. With frogs, cold night and the winter hot cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. I mean, we got the right side to sit flush. We was trying to get the middle to sit flush, but we could not get the middle to sit flush to save my life. So the middle, I ended up just pushing down. Everything snugged up except for the middle part. I'm guessing the seal in the middle was probably worn out a little bit. But hey, we got it to install both right and left side clipped in. Just the middle didn't. All night, it's a riddle, I don't know. Don't know how I feel that way sometimes. Don't know how I feel that way sometimes. running real bad right now. So I just started it up and it's running absolutely bad. But I'm gonna wait for the idle to go down and see if anything changed. I have no engine check light on right now, but so at the beginning of the video, I basically told you guys I would get down to the cost of how much to get your ECU tuned. It cost me roughly around $500, and only reason it cost me $500 was because the license of the ECU was not in my name. When I previously bought the ECU, it was in somebody else's name, so I had to pay like an additional charge to get that license transferred over into my name. However, Trent is really a cool guy because he didn't really charge me that much, and he honestly gave me a discount because this is my second car I'm building, and it's the second car I'm actually getting tuned by Trent. So he kind of lowered the price for me. He charged me $5 flat. And he also included a manual boost controller in the kit for me when he sent the ECU back. But whenever you're getting tuned for a stage 3, what you're looking at is a lot of stuff are basically increased. And when I say a lot of stuff are increased, we're talking about like the throttle response is increased. So when you press the acceleration pedal position sensor, whenever you press the acceleration pedal, the throttle response is going to be a lot quicker than stock because the rev limiter is increased, and it also increased boost pressure. More fuel is added, of course. The ignition timing is also increased. Cam timing is increased. Idle speed limiter raised. Speed limiter is also raised. And for a stage 3, you're also gonna need like a KL4 turbo. It could be a hybrid or a pure turbo. It's all up to you. It's your preference what you want. And for the high pressure fuel pump, you also need the internals to be upgraded. I'm running the Auto Tech. Disassembled my original stock pump and I upgraded with Auto Tech internals inside. Really straightforward. I have a video up if you guys want to see that. And another thing that also going to be increased is the high pressure fuel pump, the volume, of course, because it needs to flow a lot more fuel than stock. And the low pressure fuel pump is also increased to flow more fuel to meet the right criteria. Ready.